Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and today I wanted to talk about all the Destiny 2 shenanigans that's going on, as well as just go over looter shooter games in general. If you haven't heard, Destiny 2 is essentially, as we know it, over. They're no longer going to be doing any more big expansions. The final shape was quite literally the final shape. It is the end of the main Destiny 2 storyline, and that is what it is, right? So Destiny 2 laid off a bunch of people, transferred a bunch of people over to Sony, and now they're no longer going to be doing, I guess, large expansion-like updates, but the game's going to be continuing on as you know it with smaller expansions. So let's take a look at what's actually going on and if everything's on fire or not. For Destiny 2 right here, if we want to take a look at the Steam charts quickly, we can see that the game's had very big ups and very big downs, right? It's peaked at like hundreds of thousands of players averaging, right? It's peak at 300,000-ish players, and that's just on Steam charts. Destiny 2, Destiny overall, very popular on console, way more popular than on console compared to a game like Warframe, I believe. And they've always had very big numbers. Like Destiny has always been known as like the #1 looter shooter. It is the biggest looter shooter, I guess, genre game that we know of, with, I would say, Warframe second, and now we have first Descendant as well. So maybe the looter shooter genre will expand to have more games in it. But if we compare numbers, we can see that Destiny 2 is now, it's chillin'. It had the big update, had big final shape updates, and then once everyone beat that, it calmed down. When they had huge Lightfall updates and they had other big updates and everything, right? A lot of people jump on. But right after, it quickly calms down and dies down. Looks like while a ton of people do play this as like their constant looter shooter, there's a lot of people that come back with the cyclical updates of new expansions and then drop it a month or two later, which is like pretty fair. It's an expensive game overall too, having to buy each expansion every time. So, you know what? Fair enough. I get it. It's been a long time coming. But the storyline, the main storyline of the game is over, and Destiny is, well, I guess just Destiny now. If we look at stuff like Warframe's always been pretty popular and pretty good at keeping a steady player count of like above 30,000, but never anything averaging 100,000, right? It's never been the most popular game. It's always been a very popular game, but it's never been like MVP #1. It started off smaller, and then they managed to grow up to a respectably good big game by like 2015-16. And then from there on, they just kept going at it. And then they peaked more so later on around a lot of big expansions. And now they're doing pretty good, right? Yeah, Warframe's doing pretty good. And Warframe will have that forever cycle of just updates. Much like Destiny will have that forever cycle. But you can see after like the expansions come out, it's like big boost and then a slow little drop. Whereas Warframe has more so like a smaller boost and then a smaller drop. So Destiny has high highs and then their lows can quickly become lower faster. Whereas Warframe has lower highs and more of a consistent low, where unless they've really been dragging their ass, the game player count doesn't get too low. But it only really hits the 30,000, low 30,000s when they've really been dragging their ass and they've been like real late or slow on updates. So yeah, for the most part, Warframe has their consistency in stone, and now Destiny 2 is just chilling. And we also have like First Descendant here, which is brand new looter shooter, just came out a month ago, like, yeah, a month and 2 days ago, because it came out July 2nd. It's had a really good launch. It's pretty much known as like Warframe systems with a mixture of all the other looter shooters. Obviously, explosively big, good launch, and now it's going to die down and calm down, and it'll gain more players when there's updates, don't get me wrong, right? When there's like bigger updates, like, oh shit, Alt Valby came out, a lot of people start joining in. And it's free to play, so it has that advantage over something like Destiny 2. But it is only out for a month, and it is pretty popular. People like it, enjoy it, but people also hate it and are annoyed by it because it is also more greedy than a Warframe-like game, right? It's pretty much Warframe systems, but made more greedily and worse quality of life, but they also have some better quality of life. It's just, you know, they can work on a lot of things, but the game did just come out, so it looks like this will now be the next big looter shooter. The question is, will it stand the test of time like Destiny or Warframe? Destiny 2 and like Destiny as a franchise, right? That's like 11, 12, whoever knows how long it started when it first started being talked about. That is a long-running franchise now, and it's calmed down. Warframe is also a long-running franchise, and while Warframe's not calming down, Digital Extremes is having the new game Soulframe come out, so Warframe itself might also slow down in the near future. We never truly know, but we know Warframe is Digital Extremes' bread and butter. Without Warframe, they are nothing right now, of course, because that's like the only goddamn thing they do. There were layoffs this year with Warframe, if you didn't know. They laid off their entire external publishing and was it like publishing and partners or something like that division. So all of their outside stuff, they just called it quits, cut away from Wayfinder, laid off about 30, I think, people, fired 30 or so people. So yeah, it's just been a bad year for looter shooters. And it looks like all of the companies want to focus on not making the looter shooter that makes the money. Bungie wants to give up on Destiny 2. They're laying everyone off and converting people to Sony. Warframe is slowly divesting away from just Warframe, or sorry, Digital Extremes is slowly divesting away from Warframe with more development and talk about Soulframe, whereas obviously Warframe is still much more popular for Digital Extremes and they can't give it up. It looks like Bungie's way more willing to give up on Warframe, or Destiny 2. So we'll have to wait and see how time goes on. But I wanted to take a look at the timeline of Bungie laying off every employee, not every employee, the 220, 17% employees. I wanted to quickly go over all of the news around here. We're going to look at the Destiny Bulletin Twitter account for all the quick TLDRs and just talk about it because holy hell is it chaos. We have another Warframe update later this month in August at an unknown date, Lotus Eaters. And then for Destiny 2, they'll just have smaller updates going forward, right? So let's see. Breaking. Bungie's laying off 220 employees, right? Roughly 17% of the studio's workforce, just straight up laid off. They lost 40% of people in total, either to people moving to Sony and then the layoffs here. So, huge impact on Bungie Destiny in total. People are chatting about it, freaking out. After layoffs, Bungie currently employs over 850 staff working on Destiny and Marathon, right? That's the thing, Destiny and Marathon. So they're trying to still divest away from Destiny itself a lot. It's okay, buddy. And that's just kind of unfortunate. Okay, buddy. For people who want to play a lot of Destiny, right? And a lot of people are laid off. A lot of people. Senior narrative director for Destiny 2 has been laid off. It makes sense because they're done doing big narrative stories and focuses, right? Like their Destiny is undestinying. It is their destiny to give up, apparently. Bungie leadership assures employees Sony deal will not result in layoffs restructuring. That was a lie. We know we can never really believe a company, and this was 2 years ago, right? That's the thing. There's a lot of restructuring because 17% were laid off, but the remaining, I think remaining 23% were divested into Sony or they quit, right? Or something else may have happened. A lot of people, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons has gone private on Twitter. Oh yeah, dude's probably gotten so many messages, right? Just a bunch of people being laid off. Oh, account is now no longer private. Okay, right? A ton of people just laid off. So this is the big list. Quang Pring, the narrative lead on Final Shape, was also affected by layoffs. Like, it makes sense. They're done. They're doing less Destiny. That's the thing. Like, that's the worst part about the games industry is if there's no game to do, if they're done with the game, like, what do? They just lay you off, right? And then you have to go find something else to work on. Like, that sucks. Like, look at this. Destiny 2 ranked as the 5th highest revenue generating title for June 2024, surpassing Valorant, Diablo, GTA 5, Roblox, but not Fortnite. Boom! Remember, I have a Fortnite Epic Games creator code Pupsker if anyone wants to support ya boy, which is kind of hilarious. Like, that's the thing. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Destiny slayed it, right? Made so much money, the #1 looter shooter for 10 years or so, and they absolutely killed it. But they still got absolutely shafted, laid off, and everything. And I don't know, hopefully bonuses and the pay was good, but you have to remember, right? Even in games industry, a job's just a job, and the companies, they don't care about you, right? They're a company. A lot of people are talking about how bad Bungie was with mismanaging a lot of funds, and that's also a huge problem, right? Like, look at that. Destiny 2. No, Fortnite's #1. Jesus. Insane. It's like, look at all that. Warframe's nowhere near here. Oh, my bad, my bad. Let me just, my bad. I forgot to throw on D&D. My bad, right? A lot of games killing it. Obviously, Warframe, nowhere near on this list because Warframe is not a top 20 worldwide game. Not even close, right? But that's insane how well they did. And they were ranked last month as 8, right? Like, that's insane. And still, they have so many layoffs to go through. Like, you're just screwed even if you do an amazing job, no matter. Because it's all just what the business interest wants. And you're truly at the whim of your employer. It sucks. Like, so many people are laid off and then moved over. Destiny's 2 future content drops to be lighter and smaller content packs instead of expansions. Now you're gonna get, instead of expansions, you're getting just DLC, okay? That future of Destiny's not looking too bright. Oof. That's very unfortunate. So they're gonna do smaller stuff, no more big final shape, no more anything like that. It's done. If anyone wants to take a look at this, they're just not even. Oh God, we still think Marathon's coming out 2025. So it's not like Destiny's dead, but is Destiny over? Kinda. Destiny as you know it is over. Like, Destiny as you know it is dead, and now new Destiny. Like, Destiny 2, the final shape, sold fewer copies than Lightfall, it's claimed. I mean, are we also taking into account that Lightfall's been out a year and the final shape's been out a month or two? Because if we don't have, like, concrete numbers, then it doesn't really matter too much. So less than Lightfall, the financials don't work. Destiny is just too expensive. I think Sony overpaid for Bungie. Oh yeah, Lightfall was February 2023. Holy crap. That's insane. See, like, with Sony Interactive working to integrate like 12% role, so they're losing so many people. Like 40, I heard 40% or so of Bungie is gone, and they've lost 40% of their employees. Either to layoffs or restructuring now, right? Destiny 2 to receive 2 DLC content packs and 2 seasons per year with new seasonal structure, 6-month long seasons, no week-to-week story beats, 1 intro mission, and rally events. Holy shit, right? A lot of people think Bungie oversold, or sorry, just was very poorly managed with that Lightfall one. Yeah, same one. Okay. Destiny 2 leaks reveal 6-month seasons. I don't think people will like that. That's not going to be great. Like, small events, small seasonal narrative, but not really too much. Damn. But this is obviously not official, but, like, I mean, it makes sense. If you lay off and if you lose half of your folk, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bungie veteran Luke Smith, Mark Noseworthy, let go in recent layoffs. Yeah, many veterans, many long-time Destiny folk not staying on. Okay, they clarified Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy were not laid off, but they left as part of the restructuring. Difference there being they understood what was happening and left of their own accord or made their own separate deal. So, yeah. Yeah, there might be a lot of Destiny folk who try out Warframe and First Descendant. The real Destiny killer, the CEO himself. Wild. New. Sales for each Destiny 2 expansion declined year over year, including June's final shape, so they'd be moving away from an annual release model. Yeah, like Destiny 2, I guess, has been on the downfall for a bit, but we never get, like, external, internal revenue reports, right? Okay. Oh, God. Payback project from Jason Schreier. Set in Destiny universe. Oh, okay. Pivot from first world third person. Players were allowed to use franchise character explore. Canceled 2 months ago. Okay, so there was like more Bungie games being tested and canceled. Interesting. I wonder how much money Bungie's burnt just in nothing. Destiny 2 for Codename Frontiers. CEO P. Parsons webpage on Fandom's Destiny wiki. Oh no, they're just memeing. Oh shit. Yeah, look at that picture. Cancel Destiny projects, all of that. PvP, Project Sunspot. Oh god. Was there a new Destiny drop launch? Or what is this, memes? I have no idea. Okay, never mind. New lights. No, okay. Yeah, looks like that's all the big list. Codename Frontiers. Destiny Payback. Okay. Destiny spinoff canceled. Destiny Sunspot canceled. Destiny PvP game. Nope. Destiny mobile game. Nope. Destiny Netflix series. Nope. No Destiny 3. Yep. Feels bad, man. Holy shit. Well, Warframe, Destiny, looter shooter folk. It's not looking so great for Destiny 2. Destiny had a great run. It was an expensive game, all things considered. They had a great run. But now they're just chilling, right? So, interesting times. Interesting times. We'll have to see how the future of Bungie goes, but it looks like the future of Destiny is now it's gone from being big Destiny 2 to small Destiny 2. Like you have Destiny 2, but now it's just mini, you know? You're just gonna have a 6-month seasonal gameplay loop and not a whole lot of updates. So, damn, that kind of sucks, huh? Just curious what everyone's thinking about that. I wanted to go over all of the recent news, and Destiny Bulletin, you know, probably one of the better Twitter accounts to do that. It just kind of sucks. Like, it's good news for looter shooters that we have a new game like First Descendant and there's more to do. But then at the same time, we have bad news that Destiny 2 is essentially over. The main Destiny 2 franchise is done, and now it'll continue on as a ghost of its past self until Bungie jumps on to the next thing. So, yeah, Destiny 2 is over, I guess, for most people. It sucks, but we'll take a look to see how Destiny's doing in another, I'd say, half a year. Because now we're going to have to wait. 6-month DLC launch cycles. Shit, dude. That's going to be rough. That's definitely going to be rough. So we'll have to wait and see, everybody. Let me know what you think. Sub, like, check out all the socials. Use Epic Games creator code Pupsker if you want to support the channel and use the Epic Games Store. Hopefully Destiny 2 smaller expansions actually are good, though. We'll have to wait and see, right? Cheers.